Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Today we have brought top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. Trump administration cut off over 6,000 immigrants from Social Security. President Trump undergoes annual physical exam at Walter Reed Hospital. Judge allows immigration raids in churches under Trump's new policy. President Donald Trump pushes for deal as Iran enters talks with caution. Five dead in Hudson River helicopter crash. Governor Hochul urged New Yorkers to join park cleanup events across the state. American actress and singer Bella Thorne claimed Mickey Rourke caused bruises on her genitals on set. Justin Bieber confronts paparazzi amid growing concern for his mental health. China hits back with a 125% tariff on US goods as a trade war grows. Prince Harry visited Ukraine to support wounded soldiers. Over 100 people died after heavy rain and storms hit India and Nepal. And James Anderson receives a knighthood for cricket achievements. You were listening to Headlines Now News in detail. The Trump administration has added more than 6,000 immigrants to the U.S. government's death file, officially marking them as deceased to stop their Social Security benefits and block their ability to work. U.S. media reported this move on April 10, 2025. A White House official told the Washington Post that the decision was meant to pressure undocumented immigrants to leave the country. The measure is part of a broader immigration crackdown under President Trump's second term. Social Security numbers are important in the U.S. for tracking income and getting government support. Even though hundreds of thousands of undocumented immigrants have SSNs, many of them entered during the Biden administration, which temporarily allowed certain migrants to reduce illegal crossings. By placing immigrants on the death file, the administration has stopped access to government help and legal work opportunities for thousands. This policy follows other strict actions by the Trump administration, such as sending more than 200 suspected gang members to a prison in El Salvador. More immigration enforcement steps may be taken in the coming months as Trump continues to push his immigration agenda. President Trump underwent his annual physical exam at Walter Reed Hospital, marking the first physical of his second term. At 78, he is the oldest president to start a new term. His last comprehensive exam took place in September 2023, with limited details released afterward. Trump's upcoming physical was expected to last about 4 hours and 45 minutes. It included typical tests like checking vital signs, heart, lungs, and abdominal health, blood tests for cholesterol and blood sugar, as well as kidney and liver checks were likely part of the exam. If any health issues arose, further tests such as an EKG or chest X-ray could be conducted. In November 2023, Trump posted a letter from his doctor stating his health was excellent with normal physical and exceptional cognitive exams. There were no details on specific health metrics, medications, or ongoing conditions. Trump had previously reported no long-term effects from a bullet wound he sustained in July 2023. A federal judge has refused to block immigration enforcement at houses of worship, allowing the Trump administration's new policy to move forward. U.S. District Judge Dabney Frederick in Washington ruled against a lawsuit filed by more than 24 Christian and Jewish groups who argued the policy violated religious rights. The judge, appointed by President Trump during his first term, said there was no strong legal reason to stop the policy. She noted that very few such raids had happened and that the plaintiffs failed to show a serious threat or harm. The judge added that there was no proof religious spaces were being targeted. Trump's administration on January 20, 2025, his first day back in office, ended a long-standing rule that limited immigration arrests in sensitive places like churches. The new rule lets field agents use common sense and act without needing a supervisor's approval. Earlier this year, a judge in Maryland ruled against Trump's policy in a similar case, but a judge in Colorado supported the policy in another lawsuit. More legal battles over this issue may continue in the months ahead. Iran said it would give nuclear talks with the U.S. a genuine chance even after President Donald Trump warned of bombing if no deal was reached. Trump had announced on March 30 that direct talks would begin in Oman. However, Iran insisted the discussions would be indirect, with Oman acting as mediator. Trump's return to the White House in January brought back a tough stance on Iran. He had pulled the U.S. out of the 2015 nuclear deal during his first term. Since the Iran built a uranium stockpile near weapons-grade level. Iran still claims its program is for peaceful energy, but the West suspects otherwise. Iran's foreign ministry said the US should value Iran's decision to talk despite what it called American confrontational hoopla. Top advisor Ali Shamkhani said Iran had prepared important and practical proposals for a real and fair deal. Meanwhile, Israel continued airstrikes on Hamas and Iran-linked groups. The U.S. has also attacked Yemen's Houthis, raising fears of wider conflict. Iran warned that peace depends on Washington's honest intentions. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. The victims of the tragic helicopter crash in the Hudson River have been identified. The family visiting from Spain was on a sightseeing tour when the helicopter crashed after 18 minutes. The victims included Siemens executive Agustin Escobar, his wife Mercy Camprubí Montal, and their 3 children aged 4, 8, and 10. The family was in New York to celebrate the 8-year-old's birthday. Escobar, a global CEO at Siemens, was in the US for business, and his wife was celebrating her 40th birthday. The pilot, aged 36, was also killed. The helicopter, owned by Meridian Helicopters and operated by New York Helicopter, lost control near Hoboken, New Jersey. The aircraft's rotor blades were detached when it hit the water. Authorities, including the FAA and NTSB, are investigating the cause of the crash. Siemens and Spanish officials have expressed their condolences. Governor Kathy Hochul recently encouraged New Yorkers to join Love Our New York Lands Stewardship Days, a statewide effort to clean and protect public lands. Registration opened for two major volunteer events, Canal Clean Sweep from April 18 to 20 and I Love My Park Day on May 3rd. Up to 2,500 tree seedlings will be available on I Love My Park Day to support the governor's plan to plant 25 million trees by 2033. These events let volunteers clean parks, plant trees, restore habitats, and learn how to care for nature. They are part of Hochul's Unplug and Play initiative to promote outdoor fun. Other events like Adirondack and Catskill Park Day on September 6 and Wildlife Day on October 4 will continue the mission. In 2024, 88 million people visited state parks. Leaders hope even more will volunteer in 2025. More details and sign-up links are at ptny.org. These efforts aim to protect public lands and make parks better for everyone. Bella Thorne accused actor Mickey Rourke of bruising her genitals with a metal grinder during filming of the 2020 movie Girl. She called it one of the worst experiences of her acting career. She posted the claims on Instagram, saying Rourke used the grinder on her genitals instead of a kneecap during a scene where she was kneeling with zip-tied hands. She said it happened through her jeans and left bruises on her pelvic bone. Thorne also claimed Rourke humiliated her by reviewing an engine and covering her in dirt during another scene. She said she later had to enter his trailer alone and convince him to finish the film after he refused to speak to the director or producers. So far, Rourke has not responded to her allegations. Now it's time for global updates. Justin Bieber recently sparked concern among fans after an interaction with paparazzi in Palm Springs, California. The pop star, who was in town for Coachella 2025, was filmed on a coffee run with friends. As photographers swarmed him, Bieber confronted them, telling them, "Get out of here," and criticizing their invasion of his privacy. This sparked a heated debate among fans, with many defending his actions, saying his crash out was justified. The term crashing out refers to a moment when someone is so upset or overwhelmed that they engage in unprovoked, self-destructive behavior. Fans linked Bieber's behavior to the pressure of constant media scrutiny, pointing out how the paparazzi has followed him for years. Although fans speculated about his state, it's clear that Bieber, like all public figures, deserves privacy during tough times. His fans hope he can heal away from the public eye. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. China has raised tariffs on all U.S. goods to 125%. This move came after President Trump increased tariffs on China earlier this week, bringing the total U.S. tariff level on Chinese goods to 145%. Trump's new tariffs included a separate 20% tax related to China's role in fentanyl production. China's State Council Tariff Commission said the U.S. violated international trade rules and economic logic. The Chinese government called the U.S. tariffs a numbers game with no real economic purpose. However, China promised to fight back strongly if the U.S. continues its actions. At the same time, China's Ministry of Commerce filed a complaint with the World Trade Organization, blaming the U.S. for global economic instability. A ministry spokesperson said the U.S. caused serious shocks to the world economy and must take full responsibility. Although tensions are high, Chinese officials left the door open for talks with the U.S. They say China still supports consultation but warned that threats and pressure will not lead to a real agreement. Experts warned the trade war may raise inflation and push up prices in the U.S. soon. Prince Harry made a surprise visit to Ukraine and met war victims at a rehab clinic. He traveled to the Superhuman Center in Lviv, where he spoke with injured soldiers and medical staff. The clinic helps people hurt in the war with Russia, which began in February 2022. It offers free prosthetics, surgeries, and mental health care. Harry, who served 10 years in the British Army, was joined by the Invictus Games Foundation, a charity he started in 2014 to support wounded veterans through sports. Rob Wen, the group's CEO, said Ukraine is a vital part of their mission. He added that the visit showed their strong support for those recovering after injury. During the trip, Harry also met Ukraine's Veteran Affairs Minister, Natalia Kelmykova. The visit was kept secret until he left the country. Earlier this week, he appeared in London court to deal with a case about changes to his personal security in the UK after leaving royal duties in 2020. More than 100 people died after heavy rain hit parts of India and Nepal since April 9, 2025. Officials from both countries confirmed the numbers. The Indian Meteorological Department had warned about strong weather, including thunderstorms, lightning, and heat waves across different parts of the country. In Bihar, eastern India, at least 82 people died in rain-related incidents over the last 2 days, according to the state's Disaster Management Department. In Uttar Pradesh, India's most populated state, 18 people were reported dead due to lightning and storm damage. Nepal also suffered from the bad weather. Officials from the National Disaster Authority said lightning and heavy rain killed at least 8 people there. The IMD said more rain, thunder, and strong winds could continue in central and eastern India until April 14. They also warned that India would face a hotter than usual April, with above normal temperatures across most regions. Past heat waves in the summer months had already caused many deaths in the region. Let's have a look on today's sports story. James Anderson, former England fast bowler, was awarded a knighthood in former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's resignation honours list. Anderson retired from Test cricket in July 2024, having taken 704 wickets, the most by any fast bowler in the history of the 5-day format. The 42-year-old continues to play for Lancashire but missed the start of the county championship season due to a calf injury. Despite retiring from Test cricket, Anderson remains active in the sport, having signed a one-year deal with Lancashire for the county championship and Vitality Blast. Anderson's impressive career saw him play 188 tests and 194 one-day internationals, with only Muthaiya Muralitharan and Shane Warne having more test wickets. Although he was nudged into retirement last year by England captain Ben Stokes and head coach Brendan McCullum, Anderson has not ruled out playing for another 1 to 3 years, depending on his performance and team needs. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,219.65. The NYSE Composite is increased by 329.08 points or 1.84%. Tokyo stock close price is 33,585.58. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 1,023.42 points or 2.96%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,238.23. The Shanghai index is increased by 14.59 points or 0.45%. Hong Kong stock close price is 20,914.69. The Hang Seng Index is increased by 232.91 points or 1.13%. Bombay stock close price is 75,157.26. The Sensex Index is increased by 1,310.11 points or 1.77%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Trump administration cut off over 6,000 immigrants from Social Security. President Trump undergoes annual physical exam at Walter Reed Hospital. Judge allows immigration raids in churches under Trump's new policy. President Donald Trump pushes for deal as Iran enters talks with caution. Five dead in Hudson River helicopter crash. Governor Hochul urged New Yorkers to join park cleanup events across the state. American actress and singer Bella Thorne claimed Mickey Rourke caused bruises on her genitals on set. Justin Bieber confronts paparazzi amid growing concern for his mental health. China hits back with a 125% tariff on US goods as a trade war grows. Prince Harry visited Ukraine to support wounded soldiers. Over 100 people died after heavy rain and storms hit India and Nepal. And James Anderson receives a knighthood for cricket achievements. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.